Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. It is Friday, November 3rd. And as I had promised, there was going to be an update near this date. I'd hoped it was yesterday, but I did not receive this packet of information here until today physically. And then late last night, there were some emails. I wanted to give everyone an update on how the largest recall in Skagit County and state history was proceeding and share some extremely good news. Today's video, I'm going to go over some of the highlights. The document is much too large for me to go into in its entirety, but I wanted to give you the highlight, which is the actual proposed petition that has been issued by the Attorney General's office for the recall of the Skagit County officials, Prosecuting Attorney Wyrich, Skagit County Auditor Perkins, and the Skagit County Sheriff McDermott. I'll start off by showing you this document right here. It is the transmittal and for the recall, and it's the petition to determine sufficiency of recall charges and to approve ballot synopsis. This is the document that I mentioned was prepared based on my accusations, the full packet of my recall documents, and it's summarized per state law by the Attorney General's office under Bob Ferguson through the Solicitor General, Carl Smith, to be submitted to the Skagit County Superior Court, again, where we have the most corrupt judges in the entire state. Skagit County Superior Court Judge Brian Stiles, Skagit County Superior Court Judge Thomas Verge, and Laura Raquelme, again, the Skagit County Superior Court Judge. I won't be reading this document all the way through. I wanted to read and really read the petition today to understand and help everyone understand how bad this is and what we have in front of us. So Carl Smith here writes, and he introduces the petition process and the allegations, and it's the closing of this document I wanted to really go over with everybody. And beginning here with therefore. Therefore, state law directs this court to conduct a hearing. Now, this court is the Skagit County Superior Court, to conduct a hearing to determine the following within 15 days after receiving this petition. They received the petition yesterday on November 2nd. And to my understanding, that would be the 17th would be the deadline. So we will have that hearing conducted then. Whether the statement of charges filed by Cody R. Hart and attached as Exhibit A is or is not factually and legally sufficient to support the recall of Skagit County Prosecuting Attorney Richard A. Wyrich, Skagit County Auditors Sandra F. Perkins, and Skagit County Sheriff Donald L. McDermott. Whether the ballot synopsis attached to the petition as Exhibits G through I are adequate and to correct the synopsis if the court finds them inadequate. Such other relief as the court deems just and appropriate. Again, in the United States of America, the judicial system is the defenders of our liberty, and they are here to enforce the laws and judge on the evidence in front of them. So this hearing won't be quite what I want it to be, but it is what it is. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and move over to Exhibits G through I and read them to you guys as the highlight of this video. This is the ballot synopsis that the Attorney General's office has proposed for the recall of these officials. So I went ahead and you'll see here Exhibit G. It starts off here for this is the ballot synopsis against Richard A. Wyrich for recall charges, and it reads like this. The charges that Richard Wyrich, as Skagit County Prosecuting Attorney, committed misfeasance, malfeasance, and or violated his oath of office allege in the February 2019 special election. Prosecutor Wyrich violated federal and state election laws relating to military and overseas voters, ballot boxes, provisional ballots, and the canvassing board oath and manual. In 2019, Prosecutor Wyrich violated the Open Public Meeting Act by failing to provide notice of meetings or adequate information meeting minutes. In September 2022, Prosecutor Weirich violated law by refusing to accept criminal complaints against Skagit County officials and referring a complainant to the Attorney General's office. In November 2022, Prosecutor Weirich violated state law by failing to present reported election law violations to a jury. In December 2022, Prosecutor Weirich violated state law by taking the oath of office before posting the required bond. In January of 2023, Prosecutor Weirich violated state law by performing official duties without depositing a valid official bond. And in July of 2023, Prosecutor Weirich misappropriated public funds through his representation at county expense in litigation challenging his right to hold office. Should Prosecutor Rich Weirich be recalled from office based on these charges? Now, this is, again, what they are proposing to be placed if this goes all the way through and it wastes all of our time. We already know these officials should not be in office and are in legal, have legally been vacated to begin with. But this was what you would read in a voter's pamphlet in a special election this next year after we've acquired enough public citizen initiative votes to remove this official. So again, we have a similar document in Exhibit H. This is for ballot synopsis of recall charge against Sandra F. Perkins, Skagit County Auditor. The charges that Sandra Perkins, a Skagit County Auditor, committed misfeasance, malfeasance, and/or violated her oath of office allege in the February 2019 special election. Auditor Perkins violated federal and state election laws relating to military and overseas voters, ballot boxes, provisional ballots, and the canvassing board oath and manual. In 2019, Auditor Perkins violated the Open Public Meeting Act by failing to provide notice of meetings or adequate information in meeting minutes. In 2021, Auditor Perkins violated federal and state law by directing employees to destroy video records of the 2020 general election. In September and November 22, Auditor Perkins violated state law and regulations by allowing election workers to work outside of announced working hours, which obstructed election observers. In December 2022, Auditor Perkins violated state law by taking the oath of office before posting the required bond. In January of 2023, Auditor Perkins violated state law by performing official duties without renewing her official bond. In July of 23, Auditor Perkins misappropriated public funds through her representation at county expense in litigation challenging her right to hold office. Should Auditor Perkins be recalled from office based on these charges? Again, this will be in something that you guys have seen in voter pamphlets if this should proceed to the voter initiative process. Exhibit I, very similar, but a little bit different. This is the ballot synopsis of recall charge against Donald L. McDermott, Skagit County Sheriff. Item 1, in September 2022, Sheriff McDermott violated RCW 36.28 by refusing to accept criminal complaints against Skagit County officials. In November 22, Sheriff McDermott violated RCW 3628.011 by failing to respond to a complaint that county officials were unlawfully excluding election observers from observing ballot tabulations, ballot procession, and canvassing. In December 22, Sheriff McDermott violated state law by taking the oath of office before posting the required bond. In January 23, Sheriff McDermott violated state law by performing official duties without depositing a valid official bond. In July of 23, Sheriff McDermott was represented at county expense in litigation that challenged his right to hold office. This representation is a misappropriation of public funds in violation of RCW 42.20.070. Should Sheriff Donald McDermott be recalled from office based on these charges? And the people of Skagit County know the answer to all of this. They know, and so does the Attorney General's office, and so does every government official in Skagit County know. These officials are not lawfully in office. These officials have taken over and overthrown our government and refused to leave office. I've gone into great depths in the past explaining all of this to you guys. And so this is what's in front of the judges in the Skagit County Superior Court. Again, the most corrupt court in the state of Washington, ran by Judge Brian Stiles, Judge Thomas Verge, and Judge Laura Okwelme. I said it before that the entire process being ran through judges who are actually implicated in all the charges is absolutely a joke. It is treating us all like children, and it is my understanding, everyone's telling me that the fix is in. The judges will throw out anything they can to protect themselves because they would be indicting themselves under this recall charge. I'll also say that the fact that the judicial system, including the Attorney General's office, is going to make the citizens and the U.S. citizens and registered voters of this county have to go through this is just mind-blowing, and it's an embarrassment. It is the most embarrassing situation in the history of the state of Washington. It reflects the largest scale of corruption we've ever seen in our lifetimes, and it's a very simple thing to say. It is corrupt. I will tell you that I confronted and requested feedback from the Superior Court judges, and one of their representatives in their office simply said they have no comment, none at all, and they will not comment against the allegations against them as public officials for violating the law. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it is absolutely absurd. It is shameful. And I plan on making sure that we take these people out of office, that we install the appropriate elected government in our county at some point. And this recall process appears to be the only way they're going to even entertain it, because they're all corrupt, all of them. So I'm happy today, guys. This is keep moving forward. It looks like November 17th, there'll be a hearing. We have elections coming up. For whatever that's worth, we will see. But I will tell you guys that, again, I am not ever going to stop until we get our system back, we get our government back, and we install an actual lawful government in this county. And we hold everyone accountable for all the fraud they've committed upon us. So thanks again for your time today. Keep your eyes and ears open, and please share what's going on. This is definitely historic, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And I'm glad that all of you have given me your support and your prayers. All of you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.